What the hell? Backup cam isn't working again today. I don't know if that's like a sign, maybe an omen of things to come. I don't know. Also super congested today, so cars aren't lining up very well for me. But that is not going to affect the lift. At least I hope it doesn't. Plan for today is chest, and I'm a little pressed for time today. So ideally I'd be doing chest and side delts, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough time for that. But we'll see. If I'm able to squeeze it in, I certainly will. But for chest itself, first movement will be some variant of heavy incline pressing. So at my gym, I could do barbell, dumbbell, Smith, or a incline hammer strength machine press. All of them are solid options, but I don't know what's calling to me right now. I think I might do dumbbell. If my predictions are correct, then dumbbell will be the first movement. But we'll see. Could be wrong. I just have to get in there and warm up and see what feels good. But after our first movement, I'll probably do some sort of fly. I am not a fan of dumbbell flies. I think they just feel terrible. I get little to no chest out of it. I mean, I could just be doing it wrong. I know Jay Cutler loved them, but I am not a fan. Not a fan. I just kind of feel like I'm gonna tear my arms off. So probably some sort of cable fly. My gym has a pec deck, and I'm a big fan of pec deck. But there are two pec decks that they have in my gym, and one of them is the old school Nautilus one where you kind of have to, they're pads that you hook your arms on like this on either side, and I cannot do a pec fly with my arms bent like that. It just doesn't feel right. Like my body cannot move that way. And then there's another one that they have where it's just two pads, so you just put your arms like where the pads are the insides of your elbows, and you do your flies. But that just doesn't feel that good to me. It really does not feel good. So no pec deck, more than likely, unless for whatever reason I get struck with motivation or the inclination to do it. But definitely some cable flies, followed by a various amount of maybe cable presses, supersetting with cable flies, something like that. That sounds about right. But you know, you guys will find out. You'll see a little something. I'll tell you about what happened. But until then, I gotta get in there, get my lift going. So I will see you guys in a second. Whew. So I got to the gym parking lot, and the entire parking lot was like full of people. I couldn't believe it. Well, almost. I could have believed it. You know, Saturday afternoon, beautiful Saturday afternoon, 2 p.m. Are these people jaywalking? Yes, they are. But, you know, beautiful day on the weekend. Sure, I'd love to see everybody at the gym. But I knew that was not the case. My gym is right next to our downtown. And there is, I think it's called the Hog Festival, something like that. It's pretty much just a bunch of people barbecuing and selling barbecued meats. So, while the gym appeared to be full of people, in reality, it was just me and my two fellas, Myron and Malachi. Shout out to them. But chest. Probably one of my more scrappy lifts. It was not the best, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I don't know what it was. Weights felt heavier today, and that mind-muscle connection you have, it just wasn't, nothing was feeling right. Incline dumbbell press felt fatiguing, but not the good fatiguing, if that makes sense. So I moved on to incline machine press. Same thing. Cable flies felt pretty good. I think that was the saving grace of this lift. And I supersetted some cable presses as well, which felt okay. But a pump was achieved. We'll call it a semi-grade 1 chest pump. So, not the best, not the worst. We'll consider this another chest day under the belt. And while it didn't feel great, while it wasn't my best work, I'm still proud of it. I still came to the gym. I still pushed myself as hard as I could. And I made the most out of it. So, I cannot complain. But this kind of leads me to a pretty good conversation point. Right now, if you open up TikTok or YouTube or Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts, all of the gym influencers that you'll see, more likely than not, are shredded. Even if they're on a bulk, 200 plus days into a bulk, they look phenomenal. They look huge, vascular. They've even got feathering while on a bulk. It's kind of the goal that we all want to get to. And it can be really discouraging sometimes because you idolize these people. You hold yourself up to such a pedestal that it's almost impossible to get there. And it can really affect your mental. So, the reason that I say this is that today, while doing all of my chest work, I'd look at myself in the mirror, and just for the briefest moment, I'd kind of think to myself, like, damn, I look terrible. Or, man, I look really fat. Or, I look like I've, gained weight. Or, you know, any number of negative thoughts. And that could be a real Debbie Downer. Like, it can honestly take your workout from like a A+ amazing workout to a terrible, just not great, nothing feels good workout. And I think that's kind of what happened to me today. Was I came in already kind of in a negative headspace for whatever, you know, nothing happened, or I didn't just wake up this morning, look at myself inside, yep, I'm fucked, I'm cooked, it's over for me. That's not the case. It just kind of happens. And I think those kind of dwindling thoughts maybe got to me a little bit, and it affected the pump. And that's okay. I'm not going to sit here and stew on it all day or let it affect the rest of my day or rest of my week or mindset on the lifts or motivation, because you can't. If you let the negative thoughts compound, you're never really going to get anywhere. It just kind of sucks. It's a very what's the word? It's like the whole concept of bioaccumulation, like with like microplastics and stuff or toxins. But you get the idea. So I didn't feel great today. I was very self-deprecating, and it affected the lift. So it's okay to have these off days every now and again. It's only natural, especially for somebody like me who is coming from a higher body fat percentage. Well, let me backtrack a little bit. A majority of my life, I have been pretty obese. There was never a moment in my life where I was lean or I had a six-pack or anything. I was a chubby kid, and I only gained more weight as the years progressed. I was a fat kid in middle school, fat kid in high school. College, I leaned out for a minute. Not leaned out, I was still fat, but I was just a little leaner. And then I gained more weight, and then, yeah. So currently where I stand, I'm the leanest and the most muscular I've ever been. And that's just a factual statement. That's not I'm not trying to hype myself up. That's just how it is. And even still, I have these moments of self-doubt. So, like I said, it's okay to have these moments, but you cannot let them get you down. The end goal is to reduce the body fat percentage, get lean, become vascular, and only get stronger from there. Everybody has their own journeys, and like, it's great to watch all these influencers and kind of admire and, set that as a goal, but also don't let it become toxic. Don't watch these influencers and think, man, like, I've been working out for 2 months and still I'm nothing like Andrew Eubank. Like, it's gonna take a while. If you're coming from a leaner body fat percentage and your excessive body fat isn't the concern, it's putting on more muscle, then this is probably a biased perspective, given that I'm on the opposite end of it. But you'll probably have an easier time, because the results of gaining weight from a pretty good platform of, like, you're 150 lean, you're not fat, you're not muscular, you're just kind of there. It's a lot easier to eat in excess of calories and work out, because that's really all it takes, is to eat more, work out hard, and sleep. And before you know it, you'll get there. And I know I'm oversimplifying this to a large degree, but that's kind of the idea. As opposed to people who have been overweight for a significant amount of their lives. It's so much more difficult when your body is constantly sending you signals saying that, hey, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. And you're used to just satiating those feelings. It's just the hunger pangs of wanting to eat, I think, are more difficult to kind of power through than it is to eat 6 meals a day, spaced out, high calorically dense meals. I just think it's easier. Again, this definitely is an ignorant take, because I'm not trying to, like, downplay people who are on that opposite end, because I understand that's, like, the difficulty that I face with cutting weight is the same, if not more difficult, it's the same feeling of difficulty, if not you face a greater difficulty with picking up the fork. So in no way am I trying to downplay anybody, but you'll see results faster if you're skinny and you start bulking as opposed to being fat and losing weight, because it takes a long time, a really long time. It can be so disheartening. But if it was easy, everybody would be rocking it. Everybody would be ripped and vascular. So don't let it get you down. This was another chest day for the books. I know I'll come back a little stronger on my next one. And I know there are some things that I could tweak. I think I might have jumped into this workout a little too soon. I think I probably could have taken a little more time to actually warm up. So that could very well be a big problem that I had. On top of other things of maybe I just need to change up how I'm doing it. Maybe I'm sick of it. I know a big thing that I need to figure out is my music playlist. I am out of music that kind of gets me hyped up. I over-listen to everything I have. And I'm just in that awkward spot where I don't have anything to really listen to. So that's kind of a big motivator for me, is some good music to hype me up. But that's something I'll figure out. But I think that about does it for the Yap Session today. Back tomorrow. I know back's going to be great. I've kind of been in love with back for the last couple of weeks. It's just been feeling real. I haven't had a bad back day in a while. So all sorts of pull downs and rows. Throw some rear delts in there. Be really good. I'm very excited for that. I'm excited for every gym day, but yeah, I think that about does it. Thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you guys